This is where most people get it wrong. They think it's just about buying Mounjaro, but if you do it the wrong way, you can waste time, you can get rejected, or end up using something you're not fully confident in. Because the thing is, when you start looking into this, it's honestly a bit of a mess. There's different websites, there's different advice, there's different people telling you different things, there's different prices. You've literally got no idea who you can trust and who you can't. And I know that because I overcomplicated it at the start. I spent way too much time second guessing what's actually legit, what isn't, and how do you actually do this and get this medication properly. So my name's Midlife, and I've been on a medicated weight loss journey now for just over 8 months. In that time, I have lost 70 pounds. This channel is all about sharing my experiences with you. So if you're on a similar journey, or you're thinking about starting on a similar journey, all the information that you could possibly need is going to be right here on the screen in my videos. Today we're going to be talking about the supplier I use, the decisions I made and why I made those decisions, and how it can go horribly wrong if you happen to choose a supplier that's not regulated, or you buy it off someone on Facebook, or a mate of a mate of a mate of a mate. So before I started, I remember thinking, am I about to waste all my money here? Or worse, am I doing this completely wrong and I don't even realise it yet? But once you understand the process of ordering this medication, it's actually much simpler than people make out. And this is where people can go wrong, because you can either rush into getting the cheapest option, or you overthink it so much that you never actually start on this medicated weight loss journey. And my advice to anyone thinking of starting this medication would be to do it exactly the same. So what I do now is pretty straightforward, and I go for a regulated online pharmacy, one that actually does proper consultations and checks. And I don't mind that. I would rather it was done that way than not done at all, and I knew exactly what I was getting and when I was getting it. So you're not just clicking buy and hoping for the best. And that's the key difference. You're not guessing, you're actually being assessed properly. You fill out your details, you answer some health questions, and they assess whether it's right or wrong for you. And that part honestly matters more than people think, because it means you're doing it properly, you're not guessing, and you're not cutting corners. Now, I know people who are going to be applying for this medication, they're applying for it because they're overweight. And that leads us on to issues with having your photos taken, having to upload these photos, and that sort of positive body image. Now, unfortunately, if you're in the UK, you are going to have to upload these photos. It's part of the process. There's nothing you can do to avoid it. Try your best if you're wanting to get this medication to go through this process, and it will honestly all pay off in the end. But I totally get where people are saying, "Oh, I don't want to upload these photos. I can't be doing this." They make it as easy and discreet as they possibly can to help you going forward. So for me, it's not just about getting it, it's about getting it the right way as well. And once you're approved, it's delivered straight to your door. There's no clinic visits, no awkward appointments, no back and forward, just a simple process that fits into your daily routine. And for me, that convenience is what makes it sustainable. And that was a big part of it for me at the beginning, because I needed to make sure it's actually legit, because you hear a lot of different things online. You can literally spend 2 minutes Googling and you'll find so many horror stories of so many people selling this medication through the back door. I personally knew someone who was selling it for £20 a shot. But you've got to know what you're putting in your body. And here in the UK, there's even been raids on places that are making counterfeit Mounjaro or counterfeit GLP-1s. It's really not worth that risk. You've got to go with a regulated pharmacy. These people selling this medication can be doing so much damage to people's health, and literally, I spend 10 minutes Googling it and you'll see the horror stories. You'll see how much counterfeit products there are out there. And for me, it's just not worth the risk. So you've got to be looking at these options as being the wrong options. So just, if you just take care out there, there's plenty of people wanting to get your money off you. and they will cotton on to the latest fad or the latest money-making scheme. And if they can find a way of doing it, if they can fill these injections up with anything and they can sell it to you cheaply, that's exactly what they're going to do, because it's a money-making scheme. And when people are making money, criminals are going to get involved in it, and they're going to try and get your money off you. It's as simple as that. But you need reassurance, and you need to know what's real and what isn't. But once you go through this process, you'll realise it's really straightforward. And if it is really straightforward, and they are a legit company, and they are a registered pharmacy, then you know everything's going to be handled the way it should be. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that what actually drives me long term is consistency. I know this isn't for everyone, but if you're someone who wants to do this properly without guessing, this is where it fits in. So if you're at that stage where you're thinking about starting a weight loss journey or a medicated weight loss journey, or you just want to make sure you're doing it properly, I've linked exactly who I'm using down below in the description, and I'll also pin a comment there. If you use my link, they will also give you a discount off your first order. There's no pressure to do that whatsoever. It is purely what's just worked for me so far over the last 8, nearly 9 months now. Right, I know this video is a little bit different than what I normally do, and I've certainly tried to keep it as short as I possibly can, but I do appreciate all your support. If you could possibly like this video, that would be awesome. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, that would also be amazing. I release videos every Wednesday and Saturday generally. Saturday is my sort of weekly update and Q&A video. So if you've got any questions for Saturday's Q&A video, please pop it down below, mark it Q&A, and I'll add it to the list and you will feature on one of my future Q&A videos. I'm also in the process of making a video, or possibly 2 videos, about secret jabbers. So I'd like to thank everyone that sent in their stories, their experiences, and everything they've been through regarding taking this medication in secret. I have managed to reply to everyone that sent me an email. I do thank you wholeheartedly. If you would like to support the channel, and again, there's no pressure whatsoever to do any of these things, you can buy me a coffee, you can super thanks, you can become a member of the channel where you get early access and a few little extra videos now and again. All the main content always stays on the main channel, so you're not missing anything out by not becoming a member. All you're doing is supporting the channel. I will pop a few of my videos on the screen for you to peruse at right now. And looking forward to filming my 9-month update video very soon. But in the meantime, have a look at that, or that, or that, or press the subscribe button, which is going to be probably around there somewhere. Enjoy the rest of your week, and thank you ever so much for watching.